What up, my G's? My name is VTR, and welcome back yet again another movie review. And today we're reviewing Evil Dead from 2013, which is the kind of remake, kind of sequel to the original Evil Dead. Um, so before we get into anything, let's go ahead and read the synopsis. Mia, I think that's how you say that. Mia is determined to kick the habit to that end. Sorry. She asks her brother David, his girlfriend, his girlfriend Natalie, his girlfriend Natalie, and their friends Olivia and Eric to accompany her to the family's remote forest cabin to help her through withdrawal. Eric finds a mysterious book of the dead at the cabin and reads aloud from it, awaking an ancient demon. All heck breaks loose when the entity possesses Mia. So that's all I want to say without giving me any spoilers. But this one, it might be my favorite of the franchise. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed like the way, like the overall look of this film. I really enjoyed. I really think like all of it like looked really nice. I think one thing, this movie is serious. Like this is like you get like some kind of the over the top dark humor at points with the Deadites, but overall it is played 100% serious. It is very bloody, very gory, and it is insane sometimes, and this is like the first Evil Dead movie without Ash. Yes, Bruce Campbell has as an after credit scene with Bruce Campbell, but that's just literally Bruce Campbell just saying the word groovy, which is not actually supposed to be Ash, it's just Bruce Campbell saying it. Anyway, but like the way there's actual like interesting characters and interesting dilemmas in this movie. And like just like I said, the overall look of the film just looks great. Um, the movie does have some similar beats to the original. A lot of stuff is like kind of retold, kind of, and reshown, but like a lot of it is like a lot more like crazy in terms of like the effects. I'm pretty sure almost everything in here is practical, and I also think this movie holds the record for the most blood on screen in a in a horror movie. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but um like this movie is insanely like over the top, and like some of the practical effects in this look really good. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. The characters, for the most part, are pretty decent. There are like some characters where you're like, okay, there's not much to you. Um, but like when you get to the final act of the film with Mia becoming like this really cool character at the end there, um, definitely pretty awesome, especially the final thing in the movie. I don't want to give it away. And also, there's a lot of tension in some of the scenes in this movie, and like a lot of the effects just look really, really nice. Um, One thing I haven't really talked about in these movies is the actual book. The look of the book in this one, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I guess it looks more like what it's supposed to be, I guess, in this film. But and I liked they added a reason to like why they wouldn't want to leave the cabin at first when someone starts acting weird, because it's Mia who's going through withdrawals, and they're trying to they give them a reason to, like, not even try to leave the cabin, which is interesting the way they go about it. I think the movie is definitely done extremely well when it comes to its atmosphere. Like, if there's like any big problem I have in the movie is like some of the characters, not all of them, but some of them are kind of just there. But I feel like most of the characters are done relatively well. And I think this is just a really nice entry to it's different too. Like, with it being played completely straight, it's extremely different in comparison to the other Evil Dead movies. Especially from this is such a stark contrast between this and the last movie, Army of Darkness. It is such a different thing, which is kind of insane if you ask me. This like I said, the blood is and the effects and all that are really well done in this movie. And like, some of the characters make some pretty smart decisions. And there's also a couple callbacks, dialogue wise, and actual, like, there's a scene where one character, like, their arm is starting to get possessed, kind of like how Ash's did. And they're straight up like, yeah, time to cut that bad boy off. And I don't know, it's just an overall a interesting ride of a horror film. I think it's definitely a good way to do a quote unquote remake or requel. But like, it's a new look at the Evil Dead franchise, to where it is a lot darker in tone and a lot more serious. It's still got a little bit of its dark humor, but it's over the top. There's not like the over the top humor from like Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness. But I do think that really works to the movie's degree. I really do think so. And I think just overall, this movie is done pretty darn well. Critics give this movie a 63 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then audiences give it a 64. So audience and critics are pretty much on the same playing field when it comes to this movie. Not everyone loves it, but personally, I think it might be my favorite of the franchise. Because I do think this one is like really good. And actually, like, this movie is trying to scare you. It's trying to like, if you are squeamish to gore, this movie is not for you. If you are squeamish to gore, it is very much not for you. Then again, if you're squeamish to gore, why are you watching the Evil Dead franchise to begin with? But some people say you can't. Some people say you can't have Evil Dead without Ash. But I feel like this is a good example of, like, yes, you can have the Evil Dead without Ash, because it's done pretty darn well, and it is a pretty dang good movie. And personally, I'd have to give this a 4 out of 5 rating, actually, because I think this is my favorite of the franchise. And that's, sometimes it's hard to say that with don't get me wrong, the original is good, but I like this movie a lot. I think it's done in such a fun way with the effects and all that. I think it just looks great. I think the movie is overall just a great time, and I think the movie does so much right. And it's overall just a great experience, especially with it being such a fresh thing, on take on the franchise, and I really, really like that. But that's all I have to say for this review, guys. That's really all I've got to say. What do you guys think of Evil Dead from 2013? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's good? Let me know down in the comments. I'm very interested to know what you guys think. But with that being said, that's gonna be it for this review. We will next, obviously, we'll be tackling Evil Dead Rise. So the latest film in the franchise. So that's all I've got to say for this review. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.